शिव संस्कार र प्रविधि सहितको व्यवहारिक शिक्षालाई आत्मसात गर्दै बाल शिक्षण सिकाइ क्रियाकलापलाई प्रभावकारी ढङ्गबाट अगाडि बढाइरहेका छौँ। हाम्रा नानी बाबुहरूले आफूले नबुझेका कुरा बिना हिचकिचाहट सोध्न सक्ने, प्रश्न गर्न सक्ने र आफूले बुझेका, जानेका र सुनेका कुराहरूलाई अरू समक्ष निर्धक्कका साथ अभिव्यक्त गर्न सक्ने, आधार खडा गर्ने गरी अभिव्यक्त गर्न सक्ने सिपलाई चाहिँ हामीले अगाडि बढाइरहेका छौँ। हौसला, उत्प्रेरणा र जिज्ञासु स्वभावका हाम्रा नानी बाबुहरूलाई यो 21औं शताब्दी सुहाउँदो शिक्षामा कसरी चाहिँ अगाडि बढाउन सकिन्छ भन्ने कुरामा हाम्रो विद्यालयको नेसनल मोडल साइन्स स्कुल द नाम्स विद्यालयको चाहिँ शिक्षण सिकाइ क्रियाकलापहरू अगाडि बढिरहेका छन्।
मलाई जन्म दिने आमा बुबा सिकाउने शिक्षक शिक्षिका र नेपाली हुन गर्व लाग्दछ। म एक असल नागरिक बनी यो राष्ट्रको सेवा गर्न सकूँ भन्ने कामना राख्दछु। Good afternoon everyone. My respected principal sir, vice principal sir, QC head, coordinators and my dear lovely friends and parents. Would like to welcome you on our today's presentation. We Group G are very happy to get an auspicious occasion to bring a sophisticated change in our presentation skill. I, Elismal, am here with my esteemed friends to give a short informative topic presentation on the topic of judiciary. Before we begin our presentation, let me introduce my team. Mr. Sahas Thapa, Mr. Suman Khadga, Mr. Krishna Acharya, Ms. Somira Sakhya, Mr. Elis Thapa, Mr. Pranay Pia. For our presentation. Now I like to request Mr. Saha Thapa to continue the presentation.
Justice delayed is justice denied. ढिलो न्याय गर्नु भनेको न्याय नदिनु हो. With these golden words of William E. Gladstone, I'd like to express my warm greetings to all the respected individuals and my dear lovely friends that have used their valuable time to attend our presentation. It is I, Sajang Thapa, in front of you all to present on the topic of judiciary and its importance. Without any further delay, I would like to start. So first of all, what is judiciary? Generally in Nepali, it is known as न्यायपालिका or न्यायालय. तपाईहरुमध्ये न्यायपालिका अथवा न्यायालयको बारेमा कोलाई थाहा छ त? एकचोटी हात उठाइदिनुस् होला त. धेरै विद्यार्थीहरू केही शिक्षक शिक्षिकाहरू र केही अभिभावकज्यूहरूलाई थाहा रहेको रहेछ. अब हात कृपया तल झार्न सक्नुहुन्छ. Judiciary is the organ of state that is connected with providing justice to the innocent and punishment to the criminals. It is the protector of constitution and defender of people's human rights. In order to fulfill this role, the judiciary remains independent. The judiciary enables the courts to play an critical role in making sure that the legislative and executive do not abuse power. Judiciary is one of the three main organs of the state. Judiciary in Nepali is translated as न्यायपालिका or न्यायालय in Nepali, as I've said before. And the word न्याय here stands for justice in English. From this we can confirm that judiciary does the function of providing justice to the justice and protecting human rights as well. The concept of judiciary was first introduced in Nepal in 21 May 1956 AD. The powers related to justice are exercised by courts and other judicial bodies. Also to abide by the orders that are made in the course of trials in the lawsuit by the court. Now I'd like to further elaborate the quote that I said in the beginning. Justice delayed is justice denied. Through these golden words of William E. Gladstone, we can clarify that the innocents are craving for justice, while the guilty or the wrongdoers get supported from high-class corrupted people, and the justice gets more and more delayed until eventually to the point where the criminals and the guilty people prove themselves to be innocent. Now I'd like to pose you a question. ढिलो न्याय गर्नु भनेको न्याय नदिनु होइन त? For this, the justice should be granted as soon as possible, in which the judiciary plays a vital role. And now I'd like to give a brief knowledge about importance of judiciary. Judiciary is extremely important as it maintains the rule of law in the country. It interprets the laws that are made by the legislative and implemented by executive. It performs work such as giving judicial review, giving legal punishment to the guilty part, and protecting human rights. It protects the fundamental rights of the people. Thus, it is also known as the guardian of law. Judiciary is one of the highly respected organs of the state. It maintains the respect of laws in the country. An independent, impartial, and competent judiciary is the base for democracy. The concept of democratic state cannot be materialized without an independent, impartial, and competent judiciary. An independent judiciary ascertains justice and is the touchstone for civilization. Without corruption-free, competent, impartial, and powerful judiciary, the democracy will not be effective, and it gives no justificable results at all. With the judiciary takes even the politics in system and it turns the chaotic activities and events into track. Thus, it is also known as the heart and the soul of politics. With this much, I'd like to end my words here. And to further carry on this presentation, I'd like to hand over this mic to my friend Suman Khadka.
First of all, good afternoon to all of the respected individuals who have come here to support our presentation. It's me, Suman Khadka, in front of you. Today, I am here to present in the topic of judiciary in Nepal. So without any further more delay, let's get into it. In Nepal, judicial power is exercised by the Supreme Court, the subordinate court, and the judicial institutions. They are meant to provide justice, interpreting the existing law and the constitution of the country. Part 11 of the Constitution of Nepal is about judiciary. Article 126 of the Constitution says that the power relating to justice in accordance with the condition with the Constitution, other law, and the recognized principle of justice. Its main chief function is to punish the violators of right and to ensure the good rights condition in the country. Hence, judiciary is the main organ that interprets the existing law and the constitution of the country. The first Chief Justice of Nepal was Hariprasad Pradhan, whereas the first Lady Chief Justice of Nepal was Sushila Karki. The present Chief Justice of Nepal is Chorendra Shamsher Rana, but there is impeachment against him. The Supreme Court was established on 21st May 1956 AD. There is the provision of 3 levels of court in Nepal. They are Supreme Court, Sarvocha Adalat, High Court, Ucha Adalat, and District Court, Jilla Adalat. For furthermore explanation on Supreme Court or Sarvocha Adalat, I would like to call my friend Krishna Acharya. Thank you.
Morality cannot be legislated. नैतिकता कानुन गर्न सकिँदैन. But behavior can be regulated. तर व्यवहार विनियमित गर्न सकिन्छ. Judicial decrees may not change the heart. न्याय आदेश र हृदय परिवर्तन त नहोला, but it can restrain the heartless. तर न्यायपालिकाले हृदय विनहरूलाई रोक्न सक्छ. Through the golden words of Martin Luther King, I'd like to express my greetings to the honorable principal sir, vice principal sir, respected teachers, as well as my parents and my dear friends. It's me, Krishna Acharya from grade 9, and I would like to explain about Supreme Court in this short presentation. Now, what is Supreme Court? Supreme Court is the highest court within the hierarchy of court in many legal jurisdictions. All the legal institutions and court except military comes under the jurisdictions of Supreme Court. Supreme Court is also called the court of record in a sense that its decisions are recorded for long-lasting memory and testimony evidence. Supreme Court, it is the final interpreter of constitution and law of a country and functions as the guardian of people's right. Now, there are maximum of 20 judges in addition to a Chief Justice in the Supreme Court. There are maximum of 20 judges in addition to a Chief Justice in the Supreme Court. There is also a provision of appointing 10 judges if there are too many cases in the Supreme Court. Since we're on the topic of judges and Chief Justice of Supreme Court, I would like to explain how they are appointed. Chief Justice is appointed by the President on the recommendation of Constitutional Council, whereas other judges are appointed by the Chief Justice on the recommendation of Judicial Council. Now, as per the qualification and tenure of Chief Justice, it is said that any Nepali citizen who holds who has served as judge of Supreme Court for at least 3 years is qualified for the post of Chief Justice, and the tenure of Chief Justice is 6 years from the date of appointment. Now, as per the qualification of other judges of Supreme Court, it is said that any Nepali citizen who holds a bachelor's degree in law and has served as Chief Judge or Judge of High Court for at least 7 years is qualified for the post of Judge of Supreme Court. Now, let's talk about some functions of Supreme Court. Appellate jurisdictions, original jurisdictions, power of reconsideration, extraordinary power, protection of human rights, and advisory power. Supreme Court has the power to change the decisions of lower courts such as High Court and District Court, and the decisions of Supreme Court is final. No one can change the decisions of Supreme Court. Let's talk about Supreme Court in Nepal. Supreme Court in Nepal was established in 2013 BS Jet 8 in Kathmandu near Singhadarbar. The current Chief Justice of Supreme Court is Chorendra Shamsher, but there is some impeachment against him in the court. For the furthermore explanation, I would like to pass on the mic to Ms. Samira Sakri.
Thank you, Krishna. Good afternoon, respected principal, vice principal, and the teachers and valid parents. Today, I'm going to present about High Court. High Court in Nepali is Ucha Adalat. Ucha Adalat. There is High Court in every province. A person who is not satisfied with the verdict of district court, High Court can initiate a contempt of district court. sorry. Initiate a contempt of the court against anyone obstructing its or its subordinate courts, and punish accordingly to the law. Punish accordingly to the law. Each court shall consist of such numbers of judges, in addition to the chief judge, as provided in the federal law. Now, I'd like to talk about appointments. The Chief Justice appoints the Chief Judge of the High Court on the recommendation of the Judicial Council. Now, about qualification. Should be a Nepali citizen, should graduate in law with at least 5 years of experience as a district judge, should be in a gazetted post in the judicial sector with 10 years of experience as a senior advocate, 10 years teaching and research experience in the legal or judicial sector. Thank you. Now I'd like to call Elise.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's me, Elise from class 9. I am here to talk about the third judicial court known as district court. In Nepali, it is known as the Jilla Adalat. There are too many districts in Nepal, just like there are 77 districts in Nepal. In each district, there will be only one district court. There are too many powers that work by the district court. They are in the municipality. There will be too many ministers. Just like when the minister will do bad works or break the rule made by the government, they will be punished badly. They will be kicked from their seats, or they will be keep the jail for years or months. If somebody needs the facility or do robberies in the society or community, they will be punished badly, and they have to take them to the district court and announcement that they will be taken to jail. And when somebody will do robbers or corruption in the community or society, they will be also be punished in district court. Just like I am going to tell about the appointment and qualification. First, I am going to tell about the appointment. The Chief Justice of Supreme Court appoint the Chief Justice of District Court when they got the permission from the judicial community. And the qualification are must be a Nepali citizen, must pass the bachelor degree and work 3 years in Judicial Gazette second class Judicial Council, and must be a Nepali citizen and pass the bachelor degree and work for 8 years in the Gazette second class Judicial Council and work for 8 years in Gazette second class Judicial Community. And there are two types of district courts. They are specialized court and judicial community. First, I am going to tell about the specialized court. Specialized court, it works for the corruption and robberies. For example, if the police can't do that work, then they have to research on that and do that work faster. If they can catch the thieves too much faster. And judicial committee, there are 3 members to cooperate the judicial committee, just like the vice principal to communicate in the case of the rural municipality and the deputy mayor in the case of municipality. Thank you. From this much, I like to pass on the mic to Pranay.
First of all, I would like to thank Elise for passing on the mic. So first of all, good evening to the honorable principal, vice principal, all the respected teachers, all the respected individuals, as well as the valued presents that are present here. It's me, Pranay, here to deliver the summary of this presentation that is about judiciary. So judiciary is the judicial organ of the state that interprets the laws as well as constitution of the country. There is a very good check and balance system that is adopted between the 3 major organs of the state. The judiciary is the main organ that interprets the laws, that formulates the laws as well as the constitution of the country while maintaining all kinds of needy legal decisions. So judiciary is the major organ that helps to protect the rights of the people as well as punish the people on the basis of the prevailing laws. So this is a message that was sent out by the FBA Board of Directors in July of 2016. It has clarified that an independent judiciary is central to our democracy as well as the preservation of public trust in the rule of law. It has also clarified that an independent judiciary is the custodian of people's rights and freedom as well as all the other laws of the country as well as the constitution itself. Now, this is the golden words of Aung San Suu Kyi. She had stated that an independent judiciary must be strengthened and released from political interferences. Aung San Suu Kyi द्वारा हाम्रो यस स्वतन्त्र न्यायपालिकालाई अझै मजबुत र बलियो बनाउनुको साथसाथै हामीहरूले राजनीतिको प्रभावबाट मुक्त गराउनु पर्दछ भन्ने बाबु उहाँले प्रकट गर्नुभएको छ। एक सभ्य समाजको न्यायको सुनिश्चितता र सभ्यताको कसी भनेको नै एक स्वतन्त्र न्यायपालिका रहेको छ। सो Democracy believes in a strong, impartial and independent judiciary. हाम्रो यस लोकतन्त्र एक अत्यन्तै बलियो, निष्पक्ष र स्वतन्त्र न्यायपालिकामा विश्वास गर्ने गर्दछ। Our independent judiciary can be considered as the backbone of democracy because democratic activities can only foster if there is a prevalence of independent, strong, impartial and competent judiciary. So if we can achieve an independent judiciary, we must keep the judiciary away from all kind of interferences from the other organs of the state. हामीहरूले हाम्रो यस न्यायपालिकालाई अत्यन्तै स्वतन्त्र बनाउनको लागि यो अरू राष्ट्रका अरू अङ्गहरूको हस्तक्षेपबाट मुक्त बनाउनुको साथसाथै राजनीतिको प्रभावबाट पनि मुक्त गराउनु पर्दछ। So if we can achieve an independent judiciary, good governance, that is sushasana, rule of law, विधिको शासन, social justice, सामाजिक न्याय and equality, that is sadbhav, can be easily achieved. So now I am going to talk about the functions of judiciary. The first one is interpretation of laws. कानुनको व्याख्या गर्ने. Second one is the protection of rights and freedom. हाम्रो अधिकार र स्वतन्त्रको संरक्षण गर्ने. Third one is the judicial function. न्यायिक कार्यहरू गर्ने. And the last one is advisory function. हाम्रो परामर्श सम्बन्धी विभिन्न कार्यहरू गर्ने. So the interpretation of laws. Like I said earlier, judiciary is the main organ that interprets the laws as well as constitution of the country. The explanation that is given by judiciary is so important that they are recorded for perpetual memory as well as testimony. They are precedent and it helps to make the state and the concept of law more clearer. The protection of rights and freedom. So as we know, our constitution has granted us dozens of rights that can be exercised by us for the betterment of our well-being. So the courts in the judiciary help us to protect those rights and freedom, and it is the only organ of the state that protects the rights. The last one is judicial function. The second last one is the judicial function. So as I said, judiciary is the only organ that provides justice as well as verdicts to the people on the basis of the prevailing laws. It helps to punish the people or the lawbreakers as well as it helps to save the innocent. And last one is the advisory function. So the judiciary is the major organ that supervises and gives advices to the organs of the state as well as the constitutional bodies on how to operate and how to solve all kinds of nation-wide civil and criminal activities. Lastly, I want to thank the whole school's administration, Mr. Pradeep sir, as well as Sulabh sir, 6mm, as well as I would like to thank Mr. Raj Patel sir from the bottom of our hearts because he has provided us such a beautiful platform to innovate our ideas and a virtuous platform. So by saying this much, I would like to end our presentation here.
शिव संस्कार र प्रविधि सहितको व्यवहारिक शिक्षालाई आत्मसात गर्दै बाल शिक्षण सिकाइ क्रियाकलापलाई प्रभावकारी ढङ्गबाट अगाडि बढाइरहेका छौँ। हाम्रा नानी बाबुहरूले आफूले नबुझेका कुरा बिना हिचकिचाहट सोध्न सक्ने, प्रश्न गर्न सक्ने र आफूले बुझेका, जानेका र सुनेका कुराहरूलाई अरू समक्ष निर्धक्कका साथ अभिव्यक्त गर्न सक्ने, आधार खडा गर्ने गरी अभिव्यक्त गर्न सक्ने सिपलाई चाहिँ हामीले अगाडि बढाइरहेका छौँ। हौसला, उत्प्रेरणा र जिज्ञासु स्वभावका हाम्रा नानी बाबुहरूलाई यो 21औं शताब्दी सुहाउँदो शिक्षामा कसरी चाहिँ अगाडि बढाउन सकिन्छ भन्ने कुरामा हाम्रो विद्यालयको नेसनल मोडल साइन्स स्कुल द नाम्स विद्यालयको चाहिँ शिक्षण सिकाइ क्रियाकलापहरू अगाडि बढिरहेका छन्।